What if I told you this seat, a lie-flat business class seat with premium food, lounge access, and priority boarding, cost me less than an economy ticket? Most people think flying business class means spending thousands of dollars, but that's only true if you book the normal way. Today, I'm going to walk you through the exact steps I use to fly in luxury on a budget. And the best part is, you don't need to be rich, you don't need to travel all the time, and you don't need complicated tricks. You just need to know where airlines hide the deals and how to use points the smart way. If you've ever dreamed of traveling in comfort without destroying your bank account, stay with me because I'm breaking it all down step by step. Step 1. Search smart, not fast. The first step to flying business class for less starts before you ever use points, and that is changing how you search for flights. Most people search with fixed dates and only one airport, which almost guarantees higher prices. Instead, I search by flexible dates and sometimes even flexible destinations. I look at the entire month to see which days are cheapest, because moving your trip by just 1 or 2 days can drop the price dramatically. I also check nearby airports, because sometimes flying out of or into a different city saves hundreds of dollars or makes more award seats available. Another thing I always do is set price alerts so I know when fares drop, instead of checking manually every day. This helps me spot patterns and understand when prices are unusually low. Even when I plan to use points, this step is important because it tells me which routes are popular and which ones are cheaper, which affects how many points airlines will charge. Think of this step as doing your homework before the test. The more flexible and informed you are, the more opportunities you create to grab cheaper premium seats. You don't need to know every travel trick in the world, but you do need to stop booking the first flight you see and start comparing options. This alone won't always get you business class for cheap, but it sets up everything that comes next and gives you a huge advantage. Step 2. Earn points through welcome bonuses. The second step is earning points, and this is where a lot of people get confused because they think you need to fly constantly to earn enough for business class. That's not true at all. Most of my points come from credit card welcome bonuses, not from flying. Many travel credit cards offer tens of thousands of points just for signing up and spending what you already spend on normal life expenses like groceries, gas, or bills. Instead of paying cash or using a debit card, you use the card, pay it off in full, and collect the points. Over time, those bonuses can easily cover a business class flight that would normally cost thousands of dollars. The key here is being responsible and never carrying a balance, because interest wipes out the value of any rewards. I also try to choose cards that earn flexible points, meaning I can transfer them to different airlines instead of being stuck with just one. This gives me more options when I'm ready to book. Earning points is not about buying things you don't need. It's about earning rewards on money you already spend. Once you understand that, points stop feeling like some complicated travel hacker thing and start feeling like a normal part of your financial routine. This step is what turns everyday spending into future luxury travel. Step 3. Transfer points to airline partners. Now this step is where most of the savings really happen, and it's something most travelers never learn. Instead of using your points directly through a credit card travel portal, you can transfer them to airline partners. Airlines belong to alliances and partnerships, and sometimes a partner airline sells the exact same seat for fewer points. That means 2 people could be sitting next to each other in business class, but one paid way more points just because they booked through the wrong program. What I do is first search for the flight I want, then check which partner airlines can book that flight, and then compare how many points each one charges. Once I find the cheapest option, I transfer my points to that airline and book through them. This can save tens of thousands of points on a single flight. The important rule here is to never transfer points until you confirm that the seat is available, because transfers are usually not reversible. It might sound complicated at first, but once you do it a couple of times, it becomes a simple routine. This step is the difference between getting a good deal and getting an unbelievable deal. It's also what makes business class realistic for normal people instead of just frequent flyers. Step 4. Use flexibility to unlock deals. Flexibility is one of the most powerful tools you have when trying to fly business class for less. Airlines release a limited number of award seats, and they don't always match perfectly with your ideal travel dates. That's why being willing to leave a day earlier, return a day later, or even fly into a nearby city can make a huge difference. Sometimes I'll find that business class is unavailable on Friday, but wide open on Wednesday or Sunday. I also look at different routes, because flying through a connecting city instead of non-stop can unlock cheaper award pricing. Another trick is checking multiple airports on both ends of the trip, especially in big regions like Europe or the United States, where ground transportation is easy and cheap. Flexibility also applies to how far in advance you book or how close to departure you check, because some airlines release more seats at the last minute. The more open you are, the more options you'll see, and the easier it becomes to line up your points with available seats. This doesn't mean you can't plan trips. It just means you plan with options instead of rigid expectations. When you combine flexibility with smart point transfers, you suddenly start seeing business class seats that most people never even know exist. Step 5. Maximize the business class experience. Once you've secured your business class seat, the final step is making sure you enjoy everything that comes with it. Business class is not just about a bigger seat, it's about upgrading your entire travel day. I always arrive early to use the airport lounge, which usually includes free food, drinks, quiet seating, and sometimes even showers. This turns waiting at the airport into a relaxing part of the trip instead of a stressful one. I also use priority check-in and boarding to avoid long lines and save time. On the plane, I select my seat early so I can choose the layout I prefer, whether that's more privacy or easy aisle access. I focus on resting during the flight so I arrive feeling refreshed, especially on long, international trips. When you consider how much these perks would cost on their own, the value of business class becomes clear. You booked smart, not expensive, so make sure you enjoy every part of the experience. Step 6. Avoid common mistakes that can ruin a great deal. Even when you know how to find business class for less, small mistakes can quickly cancel out your savings. One of the biggest mistakes is transferring your credit card points before confirming that award seats are actually available. Most transfers cannot be reversed, so you should always search for the exact flight, confirm the seat, and only then move your points. Another common issue is ignoring taxes and fees. Some airlines add high fuel surcharges or booking fees, which can turn what looks like a cheap award into an expensive ticket. Always check the final total before you book so there are no surprises. Many people also hold onto points for too long, waiting for the perfect trip, but airlines can change award prices at any time. It's often smarter to book a good deal when you find one instead of waiting and losing value. Another mistake is forgetting to check important travel details after booking, such as seat selection, baggage allowance, visa requirements, or transit rules for connecting countries. These small details can affect your comfort and even whether you're allowed to board your flight. Finally, some travelers focus so much on saving points that they forget about convenience and timing, which can lead to long layovers or exhausting routes. The goal is not just cheap luxury, but smart, comfortable travel. Avoiding these mistakes helps protect your points, your money, and your overall experience, so your trip feels luxurious from start to finish. So that's exactly how I flew business class for less. Not with luck, not with secret connections, but by searching smart, earning points through bonuses, transferring to airline partners, staying flexible, and actually using all the benefits that come with the ticket. If you want, I can make another video showing the exact websites and tools I use to find these deals step by step. If this video helped you, hit like, subscribe, and comment business class so I know to drop part 2. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next trip.